Hello, this is James. The KC Cup Super Rare ticket offers a number of hard-to-get cards, including Tripper Mercury, Monarch's Awaken, and the banishing trap card Zero Force, but I decided to redeem mine for a second LengLing because all those other cards I have at least two of. LengLing I only have one, and I decided to test out my second LengLing in, of course, my Cyberdarks deck. How is the second LengLing going to make a difference in the Cyberdark? So here's our basic monster lineup. We're going to do 3 Edge, 3 Cannon. These are the most powerful Cyberdark cards. Cannon searches a Cyberdark, and then when you attack with it and get to damage calculation, you can dump more monsters to the graveyard. Edge provides the alternative win condition, gets over the Silent Waifus, gets over the Crane Boojins, gets over the Blue Eyes with the Directo attack. And then we're actually going to use Cyberdark Horn. Cyberdark Horn's purpose is to soak up the Paleozoic Canadias, soak up the Treacherous Trap Hole, soak up the Floodgates, so that our Edge can come in unimpeded. So Cyberdark Horn is the meat shield for the real actor of the deck, which is the Cyberdark Edge, ideally powered up by a double attacking LengLing. We're also going to be using a couple of these little guys are good for milling off of Cyberdark Cannon. Relink Kuriboh and Bacon Savior can both save your bacon. And we're also going to be making use of one Sphere Kuriboh. Does not need to be milled. We're going to go with one Hey Trunade because the Cyberdark Edge, putting 2,500 points of damage on your opponent, can finish games very quickly. And then finally, we're going to acknowledge the fact that traps are crazy strong in this meta. The disruption is necessary, especially when you're running a non-tiered deck against all of the frightening bruisers. So we're going to go Pulse Mines, Floodgate Trap Hole, Canadia, Widespread Ruin, Sakuretsu Armor, and a Drowning Mirror Force. And my little Cyberdarks deck outperformed itself, outperformed expectations, putting one over on some very strong meta decks, including the first place global KC Cup deck, the wallet control with all of the breakers and all of the silent waifus and all of the nonsense, with about a 70% win rate. So 1, 2, 3 losses out of 10. 70%, it's not a fluke. That replay will be third. Hero's second against Yami Yugi. Now with Yami Yugi, you want to be thinking about Destiny Draw, but he activates Balance, so we don't have to think about that. But if he doesn't activate his skill, make sure you're giving him Destiny Draw when you want him to have it, or sometimes you just can't avoid. Alright, so we're gonna go Cyberdark Cannon, easy move, thinning out the deck. Thinning is winning, and then we're gonna go on to our Cyberdark Edge because we have extras and the opponent has a lot of traps. Running the horn into that would just be a waste. Cyberdark Edge equipping another LengLing, and the opponent lets that 2,500 points go through. Crashes the woman, a Gravity Lash, a second woman crash, and we have just 500 life points remaining. Attack directly. Wall of the Daddy, reducing us down to 900, but then it's halved and then double attack, so it's 900. Floodgate Trap Hole onto the obnoxious Celtic Guardian. Seeing a lot of the obnoxious Celtic Guardian. I'm not certain why. Cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster that has 1900 or more attack. Easy Floodgate for this deck, especially since we have all of these wonderful Cyberdark Edges that attack for game. Here we're on second against another Yami Yugi. No skill, so we gotta be thinking about no opening skills. We have to be thinking about Destiny or Draw. We dump the cannon. We can only dump one cannon per turn. And there's our horn. Our horn is gonna be feeling out the opponent's defenses. Does that big pierce onto the Bujingi Centipede, and just like that, the opponent is in lethal range for a double attack Cyberdark Edge. Alright, so it is Bujins. We're going to let him destroy Horn, and with Bujins, so their back row is generally stuff you don't have to worry about. If it's the true Boojins, the back row of Boojins just like gives them their graveyard cards back and puts it back in the graveyard and that kind of thing. So you don't have to worry about it all that much. We're gonna go Cyberdark Edge, equip the cannon, and we're not going to go for the, well, we can't go for the lethal damage because we don't yet have a LengLing in the grave, which we remedy with this attack. Cyberdark Cannon dumps the LengLing, get the single attacku, and gives the opponent the Destiny draw, and he draws, I think he draws the Yamato, and then he plays the Yoke onto my Floodgate Trap Hole. That's what was keeping me brave against the Yamato. And that would be lethal damage, except for our Bacon Savior that we searched the first time we attacked with cannon. With cannon. And then here we have our Hey Trunade saved for the final turn. Set. Cyberdark Edge equips the LengLing, but we do not need the double attack because the opponent surrendered. Here we're going first against Maximilian Pegasus. We discard the cannon, get that horn. Again, horn is the meat shield. We use the horn because we don't want to expend the limited Cyberdark Edges. Breaker, the Magical Warrior, hits the Pulse Mines. So we change him in defense position. Horn can do more piercing damage, and also just as a reflex, you don't want to waste the card. Alright, so we're going to go Horn onto a cannon. Horn's going to get that big pierce. And here's the Paleozoic Canadia. Horn fulfilling his purpose, soaking up those nasty traps. Dark World Dealings. So with this Dark World Dealings, I really want to hang on to the Cyberdark Edge. But the Kuriboh, the Sphere Kuriboh, always a clutch draw. We're going to hang on to him off of Dealings, even though I know that the opponent has the Silent Waifu, which they deploy with the P10, off of the P10, the Dark Clown. Attacks, crashes into my Cyberdark Cannon. I search Bacon Savior because I know that it's a play into the level 8 Waifu, which does the big damage. And then we're going to go Sphere Kuriboh, putting her in defensive position so that we can do the big pierce. We're going to go LengLing. So we equip the LengLing. The 800 attack becomes 1000 attack. Cyberdark Horn can do double attacks, and he's indestructible because of LengLing's effect. It goes to the graveyard. We're going to search the Relink Kuriboh, do 1600 points of pierce, and do 1000 over the Breaker, the Magical Warrior. Cyberdark Horn has earned his place. Here we're on second against Seto Kaiba, and Kaiba has such huge monsters. We're going to be very grateful for our Cyberdark Edges. Bingo Machine Go searches up a bunch of Blue Eyes cards. We add one to the hand. We have a set, and we have a LengLing. So here LengLing is going to be feeling out the defenses. If LengLing is destroyed, that's awesome. That's what I want LengLing to do, is to, like Cyberdark Horn, soak up all of the opponent's gross back row. So, we have Blue Eyes White Doragon, and the opponent, on my turn, the opponent attacks on their turn. We're going to go Sakuretsu Armor to destroy the Blue Eyes. I think they were trying to get the LengLing to be destroyed. I'm not super sure what that was all about. With the enemy controller, but it just cost them like a bunch of cards. So we're gonna go Cyberdark Horn into a Drowning Mirror Force. That was a well-sold Drowning Mirror Force. So the thing about Drowning Mirror Force is, if you play it and your opponent, and you have no monsters and you still have cards in your hand, your opponent is naturally suspicious. But if it's just back row that's been there, for a couple turns, they stop worrying about it and then they fall for it. Or you can really sell it against masked heroes, but that requires you to have a bunch of back row just kind of sitting there. All right, so we have Vanguard of the Dragon, flipped down by Paleozoic Canadia, piercing damage. There's his Silver's Cry. And we're going to let him go into the Beat O Down because well, I had options. So I could have floodgated the Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. I didn't floodgate this because I wanted to floodgate the Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, and then we attack over with Cyberdark Edge. We floodgate Trap Hole, but we're just gonna go Pulse Mines, and that's gonna give us piercing damage. Here we're going second against Tag Gardner. Tag Gardner, the absolute antithesis of Zane Truesdale's. Taya wants to be a dancer, a dancist, and Zane wants to do underground Fight Club stuff. Alright, so we're going to feel out with that LengLing. We draw our second LengLing. Cyberdark Edge, search is nothing. So we're going to... Alright, so here, we're going to... Alright, why is Cyberdark Edge's attack 1000 when it should be 2500? It's because Cyberdark Edge gains the attack of the equipped monster when it equips from the graveyard by its effect. If you equip it with the LengLing by LengLing's effect, then LengLing's equip effect takes over. The original attack of the monster equipped with this card becomes 1000. But it's still bigger than 800, and it makes our monster indestructible. So we're just going to keep double attacking over Tag Gardner. And what is it? Hey Trunade, life cost 0. Didn't this deck die? Wasn't this deck killed by the nerfs? So we have Snowman Eater hits the Cyberdark Edge, hits off the LengLing. Opponent has just under lethal damage, and I activate Cyberdark Style, and now we have the duel of the untiered decks. So we go Cyberdark Edge onto a Rainbow Life. I tunnel vision on the Rainbow Life. I was like, oh, 0 attack, 2300 life points, lethal damage, fat misplay. That's alright, we have Sakuretsu armor. Taking care of the Cyber and Doragon, overcoming Zane's past with his future. Cyber Darks! Alright, so we're gonna go Horn, Hey Trunade, double attack off of the Edge, Horn onto the Sangan, still not enough, because we have only 100 life puntos remaining. And you know, I would feel much better if Bacon Saver was not drawn, if Bacon Saver could have been dumped, but that's okay. The opponent sets Sphere Kuriboh, and I wish I had not played my Hey Trunade. But that's alright. Alright, so we're going to Sphere Kuriboh, protect our piercing damage monster. Sakuretsu armor. I'm feeling a lot of kinship. I'm feeling a lot of kinship with Taya's deck right now. Dice Foon, what does that even do? It destroys our Drowning Mirror Force. Pig into the grave, where he belongs. Cyberdark Edge, equip the LengLing. Aegis of Gaia. But I think we have the opponent right where we want them. Tributes for the Jins. Oh. Tributes for the Jinzo. And we could fool around, but I want to win right now. I want to crash, and the opponent surrenders. So, Cyber Darks have outperformed expectations. They continue to be powerful even with all of the new crazy jank that's coming. And I do believe that the second LengLing brought some good fortune to this untiered deck. Thank you for watching.